Vegetables rarely grow in the garden of its lovers. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Don't get it twisted. After all, it's an institution instituted by God Himself. Just like love, a wonderful thing to experience. But it becomes a nightmare if you marry the wrong person. You're already experiencing your own hell on earth. My name is Betha. Welcome to today's video. It's a very quick one. I want to ask a question, and I really need you, my wonderful fans and viewers all over the world, to help me solve this issue. Someone sent me an email concerning her neighbor. Her neighbor, according to her, dated this man for like 5 to 6 months. They met online and eventually got married. This month made it 1 year of that marriage, and it has already produced a 1 month old baby. So this lady was residing somewhere in Port Harcourt. So after the marriage, she has to leave her job, quit it rather, and move over to Akwa Ibom States to go live with her husband. Now, after the wedding, which warranted her to properly move in with this man, she started experiencing a different man from whom she married. The man started keeping late nights, returns home when he wants to. And this lady finds it very difficult, coping with this attitude. And each time she tries to speak up, ask questions of, why are you coming back late? Why did you keep late nights? Where are you going to? Who is calling you? Questions like that. She gets the beating of her life. It wasn't the first time, it wasn't the second time, kind of repeatedly. So her mom has to calm down when she gave birth for the normal omogo thing. But this man never stopped the attitude. She didn't even recognize, not to talk of respecting the mother-in-law that came visiting. The same attitude persisted. Now, it got this point, to this point rather, that each time they have a misunderstanding, the man punishes her by locking the kitchen. She won't have access to the kitchen. She won't eat, not to talk of food for her own mom. Remember, she's breastfeeding. She has a 1 month old baby. The one that broke, the camel's back was, as usual, he came back late and she tried to ask, you didn't even drop any money for us. We've not eaten and I'm breastfeeding and my mom is here and all that. As usual, she got the beating of her life. And this time around, the man pushed her out of their matrimonial bed, ordered her out with her mom. In fact, locked them outside. They slept at the corridor, at the veranda of the house. 1 month old baby under that cold with the mosquito bites, those torments. And gave a warning in the morning as he was leaving the house, never to see her as he comes back. That she should pack out of the house with the mom and the baby, of course, that he does not want to see any of them. She felt it was normal threat, normal anger, and all the rest of them, thinking that maybe by the time he will return, he must have calmed down. The anger must have, left him kind of. But unfortunately, he came down and carried out his threats, threw her things out of the house, pushed her out of the house, including her mom and that 1 month old baby anyway. Before the man came back, her mom had little money on her, gave her money. She went and bought Indomie in order to breastfeed her baby. Indomie, a breastfeeding mother, So at that juncture, when he came back and threw their things away and warned them seriously never to step into his house again, that the marriage is over, that he's done. So it was this neighbor that sent me an email, was the one that, took them in because it started raining, and was like, what should she do? She quickly sent this mail to me that at this juncture, that the mom, the lady in question, and her baby, they are all with her. But they won't stay there long. So at this moment, within this little short time, she sent an email asking for what to do in order to render help to this homeless one old a woman with one old baby, 1 month old baby rather. She is asking for help. She is asking for advice. She's asking for what to do. And I thought it wise to, as usual, throw it open because I know that you, my highly esteemed fans and viewers all over the world, will help me solve this same issue. So please, I would like you to go down to the comment section. Your advice, will be highly appreciated. I need to gather information. Let's see what to do for this woman. But if you ask me, my opinion, she should go back to her father's house for now. Her mom with the baby, they should find a way and go back to Port Harcourt because it's like she's from that side. So let her go back. Then we can now think of what to do. All right. That brings me to the question I really want to ask in the course of this video. What could actually make a man, behave this monsterly to the wife and a 1 month old baby? Even if she has done something, what could she have done? Actually, I wouldn't know what she has done. I'm just sending the message the way it got to me. Is there any justification for him to do this kind of thing? Not minding the tenderness of the baby in question? Even the presence of her mother-in-law couldn't change anything? No pretense. I don't even want to say respect or regard. At least I'm talking about pretense, He couldn't have pretended. Why wouldn't he? I wouldn't know. So please, I'm asking this question. What could it be? I don't want to look at it from the angle that she met him online and they didn't cut for long. Even when you met him face to face, nose to nose, mouth to mouth, some marriages still fail. Even when you dated him 10 years, 7 years, 8 years, some marriages still fail. Even when people court for like 3, 4 months, the marriage is still perfectly moving on. So I don't know. Like I said in my introduction, marriage is a beautiful thing, wonderful, sweet thing, but it becomes a nightmare if you ever marry the wrong person. So please, answer my question. Help me answer this question. What could have led the man into behaving like this, taking this kind of decision and standing on it, not even minding that little baby? At least I heard that children will always, have a way of binding couples together and all that. So why is this one not having any impact, on the two couple involved, on the two people involved? Why? So please, I need this. And before I, go off this video, please, please, I am talking to my fellow young ladies. Marriage is not a do or die affair. It's not the beginning and the end of your life. Don't get it twisted. It's a beautiful thing, but it does not define you. So don't make it to be that you must marry, then you go to any extent, any length, whatever it will cost you. Oh no. Great number of women in the grave today are as a result of domestic violence. Let's not be a victim. Let's look before we leap. And I want to end by saying, let's quickly look into the Bible, Isaiah 60 verse 22. At the right time. Yes, that's what the Bible says. At the right time. Our thoughts are not like that of God. He has a different thinking, a different timing, a different thing. His thoughts are different, quite different from ours. We might be thinking it's getting late, it's getting late, it's getting late, and maybe God has other plans and purposes of our life, or for our life rather. So please, let's slow down. It will come to pass. It is good for you to marry lately than marrying so early and marrying wrongly. You marry lately and marry rightly than marrying so early and marrying wrongly. Because if you ever marry wrongly, like I said, your own hell has already started. It is called hell on earth. Thank you very much for your time.